Good morning, everyone. I'm Katie Nolan, bringing you all the headlines that you need to know for Wednesday, October 17th. One guy in New York is trying to look like a Ken doll, and a couple other people in New York are trying to look like black people. All that and more right here on your Guyism Speed Round. The guy who let Hulk Hogan have sex with his wife, Bubba the Love Sponge, is calling his former pal Hulk a hypocritical fraud for saying he didn't know he was being taped. And Hulk is calling him Bubba the Love Sponge, the guy who let me have sex with his wife. So I'd say they're even. The president of the charity that runs the soup kitchen where Paul Ryan was photographed on Monday is slamming the VP candidate, saying that's all it was, a photo op, and he didn't actually do anything. You were in a room full of homeless people, and you managed to get in trouble for not doing anything. That's bad. A spokesman from the American Family Association, which really is just a nice way of saying Gay Bashers United, was kicked off the air during an interview with CNN after making some pretty ridiculous anti-gay statements. One such statement that he had made on an earlier occasion but was defending on air was that Hitler needed really bad people to do really bad things, and he couldn't find any heteros that were down with doing nasty shit to people. So what he did was surround himself with homosexual stormtroopers, because they were willing to do anything. Really? Homosexual stormtroopers? Something tells me the Nazis wouldn't have been so successful if this was what was going down. Beyoncé has been announced as a halftime show for this year's Super Bowl. Unfortunately, that means you're probably gonna have to invite your girlfriend to your Super Bowl party. Sorry. Foxconn, the Chinese company that manufactures pretty much every tech gadget that you love, admitted yesterday that it's found interns as young as 14 working in its factory. Just so you know, the legal working age in China is 16. I think it's cute that they call them interns to sort of soften the blow on this one, but I don't think the kids are fetching coffee and fucking around on Excel. So let's call a slave a slave. The NHL has offered a new labor deal to players, and if it works out as planned, we'll be getting a full 82-game season starting on November 2nd. Guys, this is amazing news. You know my thoughts on God, but you've got to have one, so pray to it. Her, him, them, all of them, get down on your knees and make this happen for me, please. A woman in Florida was arrested on Saturday for repeatedly calling 911 to thank the sheriff for the delicious bologna sandwiches he gave her last time she was in jail. You may think she's the idiot, but who got more bologna sandwiches? An 18-year-old man in Virginia Beach pulled a gun on a group of elementary school kids when they made fun of his Confederate flag. That headline is now the official answer to the question, hey, what's the southern United States like? A stagehand who was working for a pornography company is suing for wrongful termination after he says he was fired for refusing to inject the male talent, I guess we'll say, with a prescription drug that makes you have a boner for longer. He also says the one time he did try to do it, he stuck himself in the thumb. No, I'm not. Scott Brown's campaign has admitted to paying homeless people a per diem to demonstrate in Roxbury, holding signs that say Obama supporters for Brown. However, they say the program was created to appeal to black voters because they're putting money into the black community. Okay, you just equated homeless people and black people. That's not how you do it. A female Tea Party leader in Mississippi says that women shouldn't be allowed to vote because they're too emotionally unstable and untrustworthy. You would think that means she herself doesn't vote, oh, but you'd be wrong because she does, to counteract the female population's insanity at the polls. You're fighting the good fight, lady. Make sure you keep all those crazy people from affecting the polls with your one vote. Her one vote cancels out all those crazy people, of which she isn't one. A school in upstate New York is in trouble for letting students wear blackface and reenact the Chris Brown-Rihanna saga, complete with domestic violence, for a pep rally. Now, unless their opponent for the week was the lesbian-looking crazy people, I can't understand where this was headed. A 32-year-old guy from New York City has undergone 90 plastic surgeries in the last 10 years to try to look like a real-life version of a Ken doll. No? Who's gonna tell him Ken wasn't Asian? And that's gonna do it for your speed round, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, comment down below, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't laughed yet, I'll throw a link in the description to a video that will make you do so. Enjoy your hump days, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow with more headlines that you need to know. A woman on Florida. Bah. Ever sweat between your toes before? I bet the answer's no. Guess what my answer is? Yes.